Welcome to the Wrong End of the Table podcast with me, Leah Parnifer, Dean Morris and Glenn Levy. We chat, we talk about some of the big stories, the smaller stories, and we just have a good time, and we hope you enjoy it. Welcome to another episode of The Wrong End of the Table. You are with me, Leah Parnifer, Dean Morris and Glenn Levy.
Oh shit, that's me.
That's you. We are back.
We're back.
Now, can I say before we jump into this, I've upgraded my drink.
I am
Can
jealous.
we just take a
The
moment?
martini, look at that.
Yeah.
This is a Gibson martini. So it's got the little cocktail onions, pickle onions in them.
That is golden.
I
So-
have cock envy right now. Damn it.
But look, drink responsibly, people. I mean, well, I'm just having the one.
What TV program made that famous?
It was called The Gambit, thank you, Magic Mike, at the end of the table.
Mash.
Oh, actually, you
Mash?
might.
Mash.
Actually, mash.
They had martinis every
Every
spare
second.
minute they could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
as you would.
Hawkeye, yeah.
Hawkeye always
They had the
had
distillery in their tent. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Something
maybe it
like
is
that
MASH. Anyway, look, I'll sip away at that. Don't worry. I'm not driving, so anyone watching.
We've all got Ubers, okay? So
Yeah.
we film and drink
It's
responsibly.
all good. All good. All right, let's jump into it. What's our first question, please, Magic
Okay,
Mike?
question number one. Is New Zealand justice system too light when sentencing criminals? If so, what can be done to change it?
Bloody good question.
Yes. But
Definitely too
I
light.
don't have the answer.
Well, isn't it? Does it depend, obviously, on the case in front of them? I think, yes, it is. A lot of, but what can be done? You change legislation. That's the
I
only,
mean, I
that's
think
the only thing.
when they say what can be done, what physically can be done is a lot of red tape. What you want to happen, that's probably how we should answer the question. Is it too light? 100% yes. So if you got someone that killed someone and it's obvious that they are guilty for it, then life is life. But in New Zealand, life is 7 years, and they're on parole.
Yeah. Here's an example actually recently, and this will be starting out quite controversial. There's a guy, he's religious. He has gone to abortion clinics in New Zealand, trespassed 15 times in 2 years. 15 times. And in New Zealand, we have passed the law, passed in 2020, but it didn't happen until 2023. There are safety called safety zones, 150 metres around the entrance of a clinic offering abortion. And in that area, you were not allowed to harass, yell out things, give out pamphlets, stop the women. And this guy has done it 15 times.
How?
He's been trespassed. The last time he actually physically tried to stop some women, he went to court and the judge did not hand down the maximum sentence. He should have got 3 months in jail. He did step up his supervision to a year, and he has to wear a ankle bracelet.
Whoop-de-doo.
But he's not, and he's also not allowed to go back near the clinic. Well, that had already happened. And
Let's
I
get him
thought-
pregnant.
And this, yeah, and this is the thing. This is like you said, maximum. They don't. So that's an example straight away I thought of, and that's how lenient this judge was. He said that if he went to jail, he would make him a martyr.
Good Lord.
So that's how bad it is. So yeah, the guy. I mean, if he had been caught drink driving 15 times, wouldn't we be calling to put him in jail?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't the judge have to put him away?
But even look at the drink drivers that get caught 3, 4,
Exactly.
5 times. They're
Yeah.
still not going to jail.
Yeah.
And
So yes, the answer I agree. It's way too lenient, and I think the only way to change it is legislation. You have to force it. You have to make judges do their job.
yeah, and the judges are only governed by what
Yeah,
the
what
law,
the law
is.
says.
And
Yeah.
but if you could turn a switch and go, this has got to change, this, let's do it, then it's like if you get caught drinking driving, your car gets crushed.
Ooh, first time.
Absolutely.
I think
First time.
manslaughter, you should have to appear on Love Island for 3 seasons.
Now
You
that's
would not-
cruel.
Yeah, I know.
That's cruel,
Hey,
Glenn.
it's the
You
only way
would-
they're going to learn.
You would not last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
No.
I want to jump off the bridge at the credits.
Jeez. All right, I think we answered that quite cleverly.
Yeah,
maybe.
get our people talking to politicians.
Yeah. Get
Right
our
now.
people talking to
Get
those
Get our
people.
people and
Get
your
the ball
people.
rolling.
Yeah.
Really? You answered that. Okay, yeah, okay.
Magic Mike, rude.
All right. Question 2. Now, I know this one. Dean's going to love this one.
Try me eating my pickle.
Hello.
I feel relaxed.
Did man really land on the moon?
Oh,
Dean will like this one.
That's a good question.
why is this a Dean question? This is one of your pets,
Well,
pet peeves or something. Or
Well, for years I've believed it, and then just the last 2 years I'm on the fence because there's
you're not on the moon, you're on the fence.
I'm on the fence, and there's information that has come out that sort of gets you thinking. You go, actually, that's a bloody good point, because there's many things to say they didn't land on the moon, but there's also facts to say they did land on the moon.
So, well, stop sitting on the fence. Yes or no?
Well,
At least put it on the gate so you can have a bit of travel.
I say no.
Ever.
No.
Wow.
Because
No, but-
I don't trust the American government at all.
trust
Oh
the
my
man.
gosh, Dean. I did
No,
not know
there's
this
no
about
way.
you.
There's no way. You look at what they did in the 50s with all the CIA and the bombings in Area 51, and I don't trust those buggers.
No, of course they went to the moon. They went to the moon in 1969, and then after that, I think they've been about 11 times. I could be right, could be wrong. I mean, as in 11, I think it's about 11
I
times.
don't know.
Yes,
I
yes,
actually don't
about
know.
that.
Walked on the moon?
Yeah. 11 times?
No,
Was it
not
11?
11. No.
They've
7.
orbited.
Yeah.
No, but okay. No, definitely have gone to the moon.
But what-
1969.
But
happened.
what about the Van Allen belt, like the radiation levels of the
Oh, dear
astronauts getting through the Van Allen
that's
belt?
assuming that there's going to be a solar flare. There weren't any solar flares at the time. So there.
Okay.
Number one. The other one, there's over 10,000 people involved in that, and it's conspiracy theory.
Yeah, fair call.
You got to make sure all of them, 10,000 people are on board.
Yeah, that's-
and with no
that's-
leaks.
Yeah, but do you know what they
Yeah.
did? They hired them and they took them into the room
Ah,
and they said, if you work for us and you spill the leak, we know where your grandson Johnny plays soccer
of
every
all
night.
10,000
All
people?
10, yeah,
No.
that's a bit expensive.
There's also, I mean, explain the photo from the moon taken back at Earth from Luna 1 in, mind you, that they went on the moon then.
Photoshop. Oh, no, it
1966.
wasn't invented.
1966. But we're talking
Yeah.
about landing on the moon?
Landing on the
Making
moon.
it to the moon.
Well,
Glenn,
Landing
what do
on
you
the moon.
think?
Man on the moon. Man on the moon.
All I know that there are many differences between, say, Louis Armstrong and Michael Jackson. One clearly walked on the moon, and one died a accused pedophile.
Yeah.
So
And was it? And
I
was
think
it?
we've all learned something today.
Was it Louis Armstrong that walked on the moon?
Neil,
wasn't Louis Armstrong a trumpet player?
He played. Didn't he play a bit of trumpet?
You're thinking of the trumpet player Louis Armstrong.
even though I
Oh
screwed
boy.
that.
I see you've done your homework.
Yeah. I had one
You
sip.
had one.
Wow,
sip.
I'm a lightweight.
What about Magic Mike? Also, the laser that's on that's
there's-
on the moon.
There's they've installed a retroreflective mirror on the moon. So you shine a light at it and it bounces the
back.
light.
Like a road.
I
Same
did,
direction.
I did hear that.
Yeah, and it's still there. So you can fire a
Love
laser
you,
at it,
Dean. I did hear
and
that.
they use it to measure the distance between Earth and the moon. And it is actually changing. Like
Yeah.
it's about a millimeter every 10 years or something.
I've
Something
actually,
daft.
and I've interviewed Buzz Aldrin.
Have you really?
Yep. Not Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, really?
Don't mix the two like you
'Cause
might have
that
done
is something I would do.
because that's a toy.
Yeah, I fall on my head a lot.
Yeah, but no, I've interviewed Buzz, and it's quite interesting because he did get that question, and he gets it all the time. He
gets that over
yeah.
What's Woody really like?
Yeah, and so what's Woody really like? He said, that's Buzz Lightyear, Leah, again. I said, what was it like on the moon? And he described it as surreal, and I used all the words, and yeah.
That's cool that you interviewed him. Full stop.
I met him as well.
Did you?
Oh,
yeah,
I see, competition.
There was a
I
convention.
kissed him.
There was a
Did
convention.
you kiss him too?
I did. There was a
I let
conven-
him penetrate me once. Just the face, just the face.
Whilst on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, me and Buzz and Ashton Madison, we all.
Yeah, but I stood in line to actually meet him, and it was up in Sky City. And I thought, you can ask him one question. I went, oh, no, I've got a great question to ask him.
Of course you do.
So it was my turn. Shook his hand. I said, "What's your question?" I said, "Okay, so you went to the moon and back. So how many air miles did you get?" And he looked at me, and if he would have been sharp, he would. Well, there's no air, but he didn't. He just said, "Well, they didn't have a program like that those days." Like, oh, you
Boring
muppet.
answer.
I don't know how to take that. I would have. That was your one question.
He is famously punished
Yeah.
people for questions like that.
You've got one question. This is it. But look, there's a whole lot of things, and like anything. Look, I'm not really saying they didn't land on the moon, because they probably did. But I just find it interesting that there's so many. You look at it objectively and go, like some of the photos where the crosshairs are fading into the background and stuff, and there's certain things that don't add up, and there's
You
things.
could see an exit door in
There's-
the studio that they filmed in,
Yeah.
and someone had opened the door.
There's a grip outside.
There's a grip.
Can see the microphone come at the top of the picture.
Catering turns up too early.
Just those things. Like,
Okay.
Someone
Yeah. Well,
badly
I'm-
dressed, clearly wardrobe.
I'm going to firmly say yes. You're now on
I'm
the fence.
85% yes,
Glenn?
15%.
Yeah, I think people did land. I wonder why other countries haven't gone and done the same.
Well, the whole thing was a race
It was
to space, and
right,
the Russians
through the Russians. by the-
launched Sputnik, the first satellite in orbit, and then the Americans thought, well, they're going to beat us to the moon as well, so let's up the program or let's film a movie.
But in saying that, we've done the trenches, and other countries have done trenches. We've done Antarctica, and other countries have done it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't?
Well, no,
another-
there is. India at the moment, and also Japan has been Japan's always is always doing a space
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, and I believe India are very close.
Yeah. So
We're
no,
gonna make
they
the longest sushi train in the world.
yeah.
Lunar sushi. I think that's.
And you're onto it today. All right, let's this part of the podcast we do a quick fire round. Well, it never is quick with us, but so
Ladies.
two questions, two questions each. You first, obviously, because you've got your hand in there first. Gee, check him out.
Wow, yeah.
How
Boy, he's
organised
buzzed.
am I with my glasses
On it.
on and
Oh
everything?
yes,
eh?
normally you faff about, glasses on, glasses off. Go.
What's something you're passionate about that not many people know? Could it be a vocation, cooking, etc.?
I actually do love interior design.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah,
And
you
also
did.
landscaping. But I think about it. I've even thought about if we had another house. I even know the colours on the walls. I think about flooring. It's all weird. I think about. I love soft furniture shops.
Yeah.
I'll go in and look at couches and pillows. I get lost.
Lie on them in the shop.
Yeah, I get lost in furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And I love landscaping. If I see a picture of a beautiful outdoor area and I go, oh my gosh, I could do that.
Yeah.
So
It's actually quite soothing when you, because I'm the same as you. Like I open a landscape when you see some good outdoor,
Oh, I'm so
outdoor
jealous.
barbecue areas and so.
Yeah. But indoors, I go to people's houses and I do actually. I'm a bit judgy. Like I go,
When did that start happening?
thanks, babes. No, I'm a bit judgy. I go, oh, that furniture, that couch doesn't work. Oh, what's happening with those pillows? I do. I love.
Note: Do
Interior-
not invite
Yeah.
Leah over.
No,
I do know that.
I
I do know
love
that. You've always
interior
loved it.
design. That's kind of my. I think if I wasn't doing anything like this, there's probably no money in it. Well, there's no money in this, but you know what I mean. So that's
There's massive money in
massive
interior
money.
design.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Ah,
So yeah, that's my passion. I actually sometimes have nice little go to sleep dreamies of what my dream house would look like, and boy, should be flash.
cool, man.
That's
Anyway.
awesome.
That's my little love that people don't know.
I've got a strange one.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
not like you.
Neurology. I love neurology. I love applied neurology. I've been studying it for years just for fun.
Wow.
Really?
So yeah, about the brain, the nervous system, how.
Actually, no, that doesn't surprise me about you because you know all the techniques of where
Yeah,
know, like
playing
you-
with
yeah.
nerves and stuff.
you know nerves and death.
it came from
death-
martial arts.
Yeah,
but
death claws and
then
stuff.
I just got really interested in the actual mechanics of it and the brain, and so most of my library of books at home are all neurological books and books about the brain. So, yeah.
Not that Dr. Zeus one I saw sitting in there.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe not
green
that
eggs
one.
and ham.
Yeah.
Wasn't that is that in your religion?
Yeah, neocortex in the car. Neocortex up a star. Yeah.
Did you go to that
One
exhibition?
brain cell, two brain cell.
It was the human body, and they
Yes.
cut them all in half.
That was
and stuff,
amazing.
and-
Yeah, that was actually amazing.
They did that was a horse. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dino, have you got something hiding in the old?
I would say I always love facts about or documentaries. I guess I've got this thing
About
about.
propaganda and controversy?
Well, yeah, that, but World War II, like World War II history, and so I guess world history and
Conspiracy theory?
conspiracy theories, definitely, yeah. And
How to
how'd
make
you know?
soup.
And also, what was the other one? I quite like writing, like being a musician. I write songs, not too many in the past, but yeah, I guess sort of down that sort of
Okay,
way.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't we a little mixed
Jeez,
bag?
we're just smarties
Oh
over
my
here.
gosh, it's not as shallow as I hoped we were. Another one there, Big D.
All right, let's have a
Oh,
look.
look, you took your glove.
I took my glasses off. Now it's back
Good
on.
job.
Just when he thought, I thought he'd got this handled.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn in public?
Oh, wow.
I'd say that. No, that's yours, not mine. No, I'm kidding.
That Run DMC
I
shirt.
wore, but I was a child. Well, I was a teen. I wore blue leg warmers.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
I
I don't know why I didn't. To this day,
Yeah.
it haunts me.
Like
Don't
a
know how you
Barbie.
did it.
Yeah, blue leg warmers is probably. And I've probably made some other faux pas, but exposes. But no, I
I've done
think I don't really follow the trend. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it would be my blue leg warmers I wore as a teen, and I don't know why I didn't. I did get some looks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was in the good Jane Fonda way.
Of course it would have
Because
been.
she always had
Of course it would have been.
leg warmers on. Benjamin, what about you?
I have one definitely pops to memory. I used to wear a gold silk shirt with coloured polka dots. I looked like Sheldon. And I thought I was cool. And it was 2 times too big for me. It was like a family friend that gave it to me and went, "You'll grow into that." And I was like, "I must wear it now."
Oh my god.
And I thought I was cool. I had an undercut and big long hair and walking around
Glenn.
this gold silk shirt. And it's
Gold
horrendous.
silk shirt.
I saw photos of it recently and was like, oh,
It's not even me.
little puke.
Well,
Do you know the fashionista that you are?
yeah, well, it's probably a item that started off okay, but then ended up not being okay
Crocs.
Pink frilly knickers.
in the same day.
Sequin G-string.
A mankini.
No,
A human flesh suit.
a gin-
A meat suit.
a gin- Try have a conversation with these guys.
A bra made of tapioca.
I'm going home.
Just cream all over your body.
All over my nipples.
And your nipples.
Oh no, that was last week.
Yeah.
So I was a kid, and I was at this. I was in my black Adidas togs,
Yes.
and I was standing at the top of this Zoom slide, natural bank, mud Zoom slide into the
Into the mud.
water at
Yeah.
the bottom. So we're all just in single file, and then first one shoots down there, gets up, and there's a track that you'll walk back up next to the, and as the next one's going down, you're walking back up the track, right? So it's my turn. I've got my black Adidas pants on,
Oh, cool.
looking pretty cool, and then off I go. And because this track that you zoomed out, it's got tree roots here and there, and but it was fun. You're a kid, and off you go. Anyway, I'm walking back up the track, and everyone's pointing and laughing at me.
Oh, no.
And I was thinking, it must have been just a really good Zoom slide. I don't know, but the whole front had ripped out. And there's the old wanger hanging out. So, yeah, fashion gone wrong.
Was it like this? Was it like two little berries and a...
That's why it stands for all day I dream about scrotum. Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was Adidas shorts,
yeah.
good to bad.
Good to bad.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Okay. Very. All right. Here we go. My turn.
True story, folks.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from a failure?
Don't go down Zoom slides.
And that was that.
Always reinforce the Adidas.
I think every time you fail, you learn. I think failure is really, really important.
I agree with that. I've done it a lot of times.
And same. And the thing about failure, success is to fail and fail again, and still have the enthusiasm to keep going.
I heard one the other
Or
day,
something
which I
that
liked.
Churchill said, but I know I mucked it up.
Yeah,
But
no,
I do.
it's
I
true,
really,
though. Yeah,
I in my career have, I've never thought it's a failure, but there's been some really
A
low
lesson.
times. Yeah, lost jobs, haven't got the gigs I wanted, and then I've looked at other broadcasters who have just sailed through for me 30 years
Yeah.
in the same job,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I've had moments where I've gone, how the hell have they continued? And then I've gone, this, that, and then I think, no, you know what? I'm not jealous because they've learned nothing. Like they're doing the same job, saying the same thing, seeing the same people, same stories. And I've gone and done about 6, 7, 8 different things in broadcasting because I've had to. It's like you've got to pivot.
Yeah.
Like pivot to your whiplash.
Yep.
So it's not a failure, even though I've been unemployed and then had lost lots of money.
But doors
and then,
open, right?
Yeah, but you learn so much from failure in anything.
Mm.
I just you got to fail.
I agree. I've read books about business and entrepreneurship and
And you've got a business.
and all of those things, and all of them, it says you need to fail to learn, and I agree with that because if it was so easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
Like it takes failure to learn. It takes just so much to succeed at something. And if it doesn't succeed, then you go, well, what did I do wrong? Where can we improve that? Oh, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. Right, let's start again. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, Glenjamin, look at your life.
Yeah, I mean, I've always slept my way to the middle, and I think it's worked out well for me.
You're nearly there. You're
so close.
so close.
I have many, many knee pads, but I actually read something the other day which I liked, which was in life there are wins and lessons, so not losses.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think half of the things that have gone wrong with my life have changed the trajectory of what I wanted so dramatically that the goal of what you want, sometimes you end up making plans to do something while that thing is working out,
Yeah.
and then you find that's actually what you love the most,
Yeah.
and
And you found
kind of
something else,
surprised
eh?
you. So yeah,
And you also learn about the things you will make sure that you will not happen again.
yes, absolutely.
Like under no circumstance will I let that happen again, whether
Yes.
it's an
Yep.
external force
Yeah.
or whatever.
Or a
Yeah.
tranny called Frank in a back alley in
Yeah,
Thailand.
never again.
One or the other,
Yeah.
never again.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe one more time,
Well,
but then
yeah, no,
that's
and
it.
then
Then I
that's
call
it.
it
Fool me,
That's
fool me
Yeah.
twice, but
Yeah.
Oh, look at us. We're
Did
all
you say full?
Fill me twice,
Yes, I think that's what I might have said.
and that's what I heard.
I love you guys that we're all failures. All right.
We're still learning.
and we're still learning. All
I
right.
refuse to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most challenging decision you've ever had to make? Excuse me.
Do a podcast with these bastards. Or...
We're right here.
Oh, sorry.
Does he not know? Look, I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but it would be every time we've made a decision to euthanize a pet.
Oh, yeah. That's
That has to be. That would be
Oh,
to
that's
date the
definitely hard.
hardest decision. And
yeah.
Major Mike and I had to do it last year with our beloved Kasha. And it was, you just, because you always think, they need a little bit more. They're not really that sick. And then, won't get Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just make the decision. And that's the hardest thing. That's the best thing for them.
Yeah, for them, exactly.
You're not keeping, you're keeping them alive for you, not them. But yeah, and that's the hardest that I've had, for me, I think so far.
Yeah.
Putting my Major Mike in home, easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I've started looking at brochures.
Yeah, me too, actually, funny enough. Yeah, I was going to send them to you.
You and I should go to the open
Yeah.
home next weekend.
That'd be great.
See if he's happy in that.
I hope you like bean soup.
Just kidding. Yes, that's mine.
I guess mine would be starting this latest business so late in life and knowing how hard it is with the overheads and staff and whatnot. And just taking a deep breath in and going, right, let's just charge ahead. And
Good on you.
But once you make that decision you're in at 110%, and there's
Yeah.
no looking back, because once you commit, you commit. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But making the decision is like, oh, I know what this is going to be like because I've been there before. Do I do that, or do I just carry on working for someone? And I get that was a tough decision. But I think I remember the time I made that decision. I made it over about 3 days.
Gosh, that's not too long, is it?
No. And
I suppose if you dwell on it.
yeah, and then but once my mind's made up, it's made up. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
full of the gate.
Yep.
Into it.
Like that day you made that decision to wear those Adidas pants.
That was yep.
I stand by it. I think that was a good call.
Good call until the
Damn
11th hour.
Damn what people say.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
people-
but good on you. So
Yeah.
that's
But that was a tough decision. Yeah.
Glenn.
I've got a double answer to this one. One is anything with relationships ending and stuff. It's always really hard to kind of make that decision, and the process of weighing up options and collateral damage and all that sort of stuff. It's a really hard process to go through, and it takes so long.
Yep.
Because you don't want to make a bad decision, and so then you live through that decision making process way longer than the actual call.
Final
Yeah.
decision.
And that
yeah.
can be a hard, horrible transition time
Absolutely.
period. But with what I do for work, which is all very life and death stuff for stunts and movies and things being blown up and driving cars crazy and crashing them, and you have to make split-second decisions.
Oh.
And when I make those decisions, it feels like time slows down. So you have this moment of like race, and then woo, and everything.
See
So
it-
it's very matrixy.
To see if it's going to work.
Your brain just kind of goes speeds up, and it just slows time down, and you feel like you have all the time in the world to make this decision, and then you've hopefully won, and everything's.
It's
come off
amazing
okay.
how that happens, right? Because the same thing happens like if you're falling off a roof or you're
Are you having an accident? Yeah, you go into slow
you go
mode.
into the
It's like
slow-mo mode and go,
there's a theory why your brain does it. I think Magic Mike tends to know answers to things like this. You know when you're having an accident and it goes slow?
Yeah, I think there's something to do with a release of a hormone that speeds.
oh no, I let her off at the corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop bloody moaning.
Yeah, stop
There you go.
moaning, get out.
Off your trot.
That's why life is slower. Yeah, it's like it releases something in your body, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
burst of adrenaline.
Yeah, and actually your eyes don't see color either.
Yeah.
So they just go into a sepia color because
Really?
Yeah.
it doesn't bother. Your brain doesn't even bother trying to work out what colors are.
It's just
sees
gone
shapes.
into
Yeah.
Well, there's actually an amazing mechanism in the brain that
Mr.
makes it work.
Neurological man over
Which
here.
is, I don't want to go on about it, but when we have moments of fear or danger or excitement or things like this, our amygdala in our brain, or the part of our brain's limbic system, which is the old part of our brain.
Bloody.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Most of, say, the front,
Slightly
the new
turned
part,
on.
the neocortex in the brain is
Getting
the.
slightly stiff on here.
Me too.
Steady.
It makes decisions that are planned and visual stimulus and thought and forward planning, and then we can weigh up options and make decisions. But the old part of the brain, and this is actually quite a cool thing, where the amygdala and through the thalamus, where we do something that is dangerous and our body will respond to it before our neocortex even knows.
right.
So in the same way that you could look down and jump away from the idea of a snake on the ground that would give us a fright.
Yeah.
It actually, our body responds to the visual stimulus before our neocortex, the front of our brain, gets a chance to actually weigh any options up,
Dino.
which is actually very cool.
Wow, brava.
It's a cool little thing. And,
Wow.
and our life is usually based on stimulus, thought process, response. And this is a sub-hack which makes stimulus response
I need another drink.
without the
Sub-hack.
thought process.
Oh, dear me.
It
What?
bypasses it.
A nerd.
Wow, Glenn, I'm
you go.
impressed. I'm impressed. Dr. Glenn.
Embrace.
Love that stuff. Love
Had
it.
another
It
cocktail
better be
before.
right because people are going to be watching this and they're going to go, "Is he bullshitting us?
No.
Yeah.
Was that real?"
100%
They'll be like-
true.
they'll be
Any
like-
hate mail goes to Leah Punapa at...
Yeah, come at me. Did you? I do this every time. Did you want more left?
I've got two, I think.
Yeah, Glen's
He
got
hasn't
two
done
more.
any yet.
Oh, was it on Beverly?
That's okay. It's okay to be
Yeah,
forgotten
take the
about.
martini away.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say it starts with shower trio.
Oh,
So I don't know, is that something...
Oh, is it?
Is that a physical
no.
challenge? What are we doing?
Oh, now it's truth or dare. 3 of us in a shower. We've changed up the podcast.
Shower trio. Do
Okay.
you wash your feet while in the shower, long or short shower, and is it okay to pee in the shower? Wow, that's the shower trio.
Only
Okay,
a
Glenn?
pee? Only a pee?
Oh,
Do you know how hard it is to get down to plug hole?
Yeah. Can I combo them and wash my feet
No.
with my pee in the shower?
No. Okay, Glenn.
Do I wash my feet in the shower? Yes, I do wash my feet in the shower. Long or short shower? Depends. I'm a short in the morning, long in the evening.
Oh.
Are we still talking about showers?
Are we still in the shower?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's
Right.
anatomical.
Sure. Yeah.
And is it okay to pee in the shower? I don't know if it's okay. I'm not going to admit that I do it. I do it.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I do
Okay,
do
so what's the first one? What's the first thing you do?
so do you wash your feet?
Okay. No, I don't. I don't the water just rolls down
Yeah.
my body, so I don't actually get like a sponge or a flannel and actually go down.
That
and
means you
wash
got to
my
put one
feet.
hand on the wall to do that.
Yeah, no, so I don't. Oh, and technically I do not wash my feet in the shower. They're just in the water.
They automatically wash.
Long or short? Oh, short. I actually, showers are boring. If I didn't have to shower every day, I wouldn't. I find showers boring. And then when I have to wash all of this, it's like once a week and it's laborious, but I do. And pee, yes, because it washes down the sink.
Yeah.
What I do is I
in
have
fact,
a
the
shower,
water-
turn it off, and then I
Not the
pee.
sink.
Hold it, Leah.
Not the sink. I don't go in the sink. My cat. Imagine my cat caught me hovering over the sink yet.
Only the once.
Dino. All right. First one is wash your feet.
Yeah, so, same as you. You stand in the shower.
Yep.
Your feet automatically gets washed because you're standing in the shower when you get out. I'm normally dry myself in the shower a little bit, and I throw the towel out of the shower onto the floor,
And then you
I
pee on
stand on it, and then dry my feet, and so the feet automatically washed. Pee in the shower, absolutely. Yeah, I probably show off and do a bit of a height thing on there.
No, because that's
Mark it off a vivid.
very unhygienic. No,
I don't think I've ever used a toilet. I just go straight to the shower, pee in, and I wash off later.
Okay, so we all know if we use each other's showers, people have peed in them.
Wow.
And you've got
Wow, I'm definitely going in for one more.
go on.
That's what you said last night.
Yeah.
That was our secret. Where did you learn how to do your main craft? Crochet.
Origami.
Where did I learn to do my
So for those who don't know, my main craft is radio broadcasting. I know.
Leah?
You wouldn't know, would you? Because I've no mic technique at all. I just don't know what I'm doing. There's broadcasting schools. My family couldn't afford to send me. I wanted to go. So my mother said, if you want it, you just have to go and get it. So I was at school, but I was coming to the end of my beginning of my sixth term in modern, I don't know what that is. Who knows?
Sixth form.
Yeah, so I don't know what.
Year 10.
Year 10. So I went to my local radio station in my school uniform, in my biked there, and walked up and asked for a job because I thought that's how you do it.
That's how you did do it, man.
But that's how you did it back in the 18th century.
100%.
And the lovely lady behind the reception said, "Yeah, wait there," and she literally made me wait about 2 hours. But that's all right.
I'll go get the bus, see?
Oh, well, back this. That's when they were. She was typing and she was smoking. She was like, "Oh."
I got some broad in here who wants a job on radio.
She said, "Take a seat." And I did, and then some guy came out with a very deep voice.
Who was that guy?
Now, his name was John Campbell, not the John Campbell, as in like...
Okay.
No, not that one. His name was John Campbell, had an incredibly deep voice, wore very tight jeans, and smoked as well. Everyone smoked at work.
Yeah.
Went into his office. We sat very close, only because it was a tiny, and he went, Leah.
Wasn't a Weinstein moment, was it?
No, I've never had a Weinstein moment. I will say that.
That's good.
On camera, I've never had a Weinstein moment.
You've had a wine moment.
Oh,
And I drink it out of a stein. Does that count?
You mean the complaints department is always open. Long story short, I said I wanted to get into radio. I said, is there part-time gigs? Can I make coffees? And basically that's what I did. He got me...
Go, Leah.
And
Good on
I
ya.
worked 7 days a week for $100 a week. And I, in the meantime, on my own time, I befriended the night announcer, and I'd hang back after my kind of menial job, and I'd ask him how to work the desk. He showed me how to use it.
And what was his name?
His name is Kevin Stanton.
Okay.
See,
Oh,
these
your
are people-
memory's fantastic.
Well, these are men that changed my life. You know,
Yeah.
38 years ago when I was only 11 when I joined, and then the day came when the guy was sick, and the boss rang me and said, "You need to come in and do a show," and I was on air at 17.
Wow.
And that's
great.
how I did
All
it.
That's
downhill
awesome.
from
Good
there.
on
That's
you.
how I did it. Yeah.
So you totally missed the whole.
I missed all the broadcasting school. I had no
and-
idea what they teach. Don't know.
Yep.
It was just I did
Well,
it.
you're on the job learning, so that's
That's what
next level.
that's what we did, right? It was
Yeah.
like learning on the job.
100%. Because my daughter went through broadcasting school down in Christchurch.
Yeah. Well, now that I haven't poo-pooed the school, but I didn't do it.
No,
Did
no.
she get a lot out of it?
Yeah. She ended up working. Oh, actually for NZME for a bit, and then down to Radio 1XX, was it down in Whakatane for a year?
Oh, neat.
And then she changed trades altogether after that. She's now working for the government in the education department.
Bless her, she got a real job. She's clever. She's the clever one.
But no, she enjoyed it. She got a lot out of it. Yeah.
You're an engineer, correct? Mm-hmm. And that would have had to come through qualifications.
Yep.
though.
So I got 2 trades under my belt. My first one is I was a sign writer, old school brush and paint.
Oh, I was going to say rent boy, but
Yeah, I was
Signwriter's probably better.
about. I didn't.
Don't
So-
sit on your ass, sell it.
So my first,
Magic Mike.
same as you, went door knocking because I knew I wanted to be a sign writer. So I went door knocking, got a job, did my apprenticeship,
Oh, awesome.
finished that. Then I started my own business called Boulevard Signs, which was based in New Lynn.
Was there a boulevard in Newland?
No, but when I went to the States when I was 18, there was a Boulevard Signs
nice.
off Sunset Boulevard. And so when I ended up starting my own company, I just called it Boulevard Signs.
Mate.
And then I sold that company, and at the age of 28, I went into engineering and I worked for my dad's company, Morris Sheet Metals, and that's where I learnt my trade, did my time there, and yeah.
You're on the job.
oh, wow.
Glenjamin, how did you become the nuclear physicist that you are?
I think, yeah,
'Cause
it's all neutrons.
You were doing, when we met Glenn Dean, the young fresh-faced boy when we met him,
How did you meet
you
him?
were, well, again, it was Mike and I, Magic Mike and I were bored one night, so we looked up Thruple. And...
Grab one.
And we all went, and we both went, cute. No, actually, we did. We met through a mutual friend at a dinner party, and the funny thing, a dinner, sorry. And the funny thing is that person that joined us is not in our lives, but we've stayed together.
Oh, really?
So that's
Yeah,
great.
that's gold.
We met
Yeah.
a great friend
Yeah.
for life.
Yeah.
But when I did meet you, and you were in your early 20s,
Yes.
you'd already been on TV on National Geographic
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
doing your martial arts. I mean, it's such a young age.
Yeah.
So how did you get into that at like such a
Oh, God.
almost a boy?
Yeah, I think my original goal was to be the world's best martial artist. I wanted to be Bruce Lee, and I used to
You know,
train.
he was Asian. So,
Literally, yeah. Well, that was the tricky part.
yeah,
Yeah, that was the tricky part.
couldn't quite be him. Yeah.
I used to get martial art movies out, and I think
Well, it would have been
around
VHS back then,
4.
right?
Oh yeah, it was all VHS, and I would run up the road when I got a little older, like 6 or 7. I'd run up the road, couple of dollars, and get all these old martial art movies, and I would just watch them over and over and over again. And I started logging what I was watching and make diagrams, and then I would practice
So you
everything.
taught
So
yourself.
self-taught.
Initially, I was self-taught.
Right.
And then same thing with acrobatics. I did some gymnastics, but I just practiced in the backyard or in the front yard
Oh my
and
gosh.
doing flips. And then I'd pick up a weapon or a broom handle or something,
Yeah.
and I'd just practice over and over again until I got to a certain level where I could do stuff. And then I started martial arts, where my cousin was a shidoshi for Togakuri Ru Ninjutsu at the time.
Is he speaking another language?
Yes, it's Japanese.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
日本語が少しわかります。でもまだ上手じゃありません。Just drop that there.
Oh, you just did. Show up. Love it.
And then he kind of took me under his wing and gave me some training, and then I cross-trained with some kung fu, and then I kind of got hooked, and then I started getting some skills and got my first black belt in Taekwondo, and then
Your first black belt.
yeah.
How many do you
and
have?
I don't know anymore.
Holy
It's
shit.
Just
I
over
thought
the years.
I thought you only need one.
No, different martial arts,
Oh,
right?
sorry. Right. Yeah.
Essentially, a black belt basically means you know all of the basics and you can do all of the
So
basics
what-
really well.
So, what are your 5 martial?
Well,
like,
my
what do you
main-
do? Your main.
My main thing, although funny enough, my main belt was say Taekwondo, and I
Yeah.
don't do any Taekwondo in what I practice now.
Right.
I'm very limited in some of the Shaolin Kung Fu stuff that I do, and most of what I do, I have 0 belts in. So I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have no belt
I
ranking at all.
love Brazilian.
And Kali. And
Are we talking
Silat.
about shaving?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, he does a Brazilian. He just said.
It's very easy to slip out of holds when you're bald down there. But yeah, it's interesting that all the belts that I'm the most ranked in are the ones that I don't really practice anymore,
Okay.
and the
Wow.
ones that I'm the best at.
So you're
I have no actual.
So you're
ranking.
a self-taught initially, but then picked up.
And then I
Then
traveled
it's-
the world from 15. I would basically earn some money. I'd take off to Thailand and learn Muay Thai
Amazing.
for 6 months. Or
So,
just
what,
travel.
what age did you get into movies?
I was 18
Wow.
when I first got into movies. So
Yeah.
18, and then 19, I got invited to
Ron Jeremy's
Young
house?
Hercules.
Great movies.
Well, actually, funny enough,
I've
how
actually
I
interviewed
proper
Ron
got into.
Jeremy.
Oh, you have to the hedgehog. how I actually got into film is an odd story where I broke into a film set. Well, I snuck
Nice.
my way into a film set.
Wow.
And just started doing flips in front of everyone while they were filming like Hercules and Xena, and
Really?
made myself an absolute
Oh.
nuisance. And then the coordinator was like, "Who are you?"
Who is that little guy?
I'm Glenn. I want to be in the stunts. And look what I can do, and just doing flips. And I was annoying as hell. But eventually he went, "Look, if I can't stop you doing it, at least I'll control you. Go over there, talk to that guy. There's an address. Turn up here on Monday, and if you will do a test."
So
I
once
did.
again, like just the balls to get in there and you're
Absolutely.
Just go and ask.
Yeah, and then
Don't
I
ask,
did the
don't
test.
get.
They beat the crap out of me for about 4 hours,
Oh.
and it was more like a gang initiation. And then at the end of it, he goes, "Oh, you lasted that hazing," and I was like, "Yep." And then I got up, my nose is bloody, black eye kind of thing, and he's like, "Okay, we'll do the whole thing all over again. You ready?" And I took a big deep breath in and was like, "Okay." And I took one step
Oh.
forward, and everyone clapped, and they're like, "All right, I guess you're
He's
in."
in.
Really?
And then I worked every day since then.
That is
for
like my first show on
20
radio. Bloody nose.
29, 28
blood
years.
nose, black
Blood
eye.
nose, black eye, did it
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Well done.
Go
well
you.
done.
That's a great story.
It was
I like
different,
that.
different times back then.
I like that. All right.
We'll quickly wrap this up. But,
Yeah.
but Magic Mike, you haven't said a lot in this episode, and we do miss your dulcet tones.
I forgot he was here.
I know.
No,
Just-
just
just-
pushing buttons.
I know, but very quickly, what's your passion about? How you started pushing?
Passion.
No, pushing buttons.
Oh.
You're a great editor and a great producer. And you're self-taught as well.
And a great lover.
Well, I went to university, did a degree in IT.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, guys,
That's been a good show.
Guys, it's been
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's it. Really? No, I've always as a kid was interested in what I can do to make stuff happen on a screen. So if it wasn't doing this, it would be creating graphics or some sort of animation.
Which you're great
or,
at.
Yeah.
Or writing a program, making games. When I was a kid,
Oh.
I used to write games.
Oh.
And I got a few things published in magazines.
Stop it.
Yeah, no. So yeah.
Talented.
Go back to our episode with Pillage the Village. Might get all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we should, if we can squeeze Pillage the Village, and maybe at the end of this one, possibly not, maybe the next one.
Maybe the next one.
Because we've gone on. Guys, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun and a lot deeper and meaningful than we normally do.
Yeah, yeah.
We must be growing.
I think we're maturing.
Maybe I just ran out of dick jokes.
Oh,
Is
we
that-
got we got one beer each. That's it. We got one beer each.
And my one martini. All right, guys. Hey, look, thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of The Wrong End of the Table. I'm Leah Parnapa. That is Dean Morris. That is Glenn Levy.
Yo.
We will be back shortly. Make sure that you download us, share it with your friends.
Share and subscribe, people.
Share and subscribe. Catch you shortly.
Ciao.